Hello, hello, hello. I'm Serena Freedom Bear, and I have a special guest with me today. I want to introduce everyone to Savannah. Savannah, would you like to tell us a little bit about who you are?
Hey, yeah, sure. I'm a mom of two. I live in the Cowichan Valley, and I am just a freedom advocate like any normal person who sees the bullshit. So that's me.
That's awesome. So, Savannah, I had the opportunity to meet you this past fall here in the Valley, just because of all the beautiful work you were doing and supporting, and all the beautiful work I was doing, and our paths brought us together in a beautiful way. And so, I'm honored to know you and everything you advocate for and have put your energy and time to. So, thank you for that, first and foremost. But we have some things coming up because we have a very important date that is now upon us. Did you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you so much for making time out of your busy schedule today to fit this in. Because
Oh, it's a little bit hard to hear you for some reason.
now,
There we go.
okay. Um, because so long, I want this to be short so that people can send this around. So, but long story short, a year ago, this weekend, Freedom Convoy landed in Ottawa, and I don't know about you, but I was over the moon, filled with my cup was so full, I was gushing. All I could think about was the Freedom
Wait,
Convoy.
were you over the moon or over the overpass?
I wasn't over the overpass yet.
Okay, okay.
And then, fast forward a couple of weeks, and the Emergency Act happened, and one individual in Nanaimo decided to take something upon himself, and he stood on a bridge, Norwell overpass, with a flag all by himself. And one of my freedom friends saw him and decided to join him the next day, and then Walk the Flag was born from that. So Duncan jumped on board, and then Courtney, and many locations over BC, but prominently Vancouver Island. And we were walking the flag, WTF, every single day for at least an hour for many months. And some locations like Norwell and Courtney are still doing it today. So it's been almost a year that they've been doing it nonstop. And anyways, this autumn, it was kind of like, what are we going to do? We got to do something to honor this 1 year anniversary. It's a very historical moment. You can't just let this pass. And then another friend of yours, mutual friend of yours and mine, was like, oh, you should just pack the bridges. I'm like, that makes the most sense. And everybody can do that. Like, if you just do it in your own community, if you don't have a bridge, roadside, super amazing. Just bring your little flags or big flag if you've got one.
That's right. Bridges, overpasses, sides of the road, guys. And I know that this is now spreading all across Canada. Quebec's doing it as well, the maritime provinces and on the mainland. So I've had a few reach out to me that they are definitely going to be doing this as well because of this inspiration that you guys brought forward. I'll let you go back in though and talk.
What we talked about was doing it on Sunday, the 29th, because I believe that was the day that Ottawa, the trucks arrived in Ottawa, or at least the ending of them coming there. So many locations on the island are going to. So there's Victoria, there's Duncan, there's Parksville, there's Nanaimo, two locations. There's Nanuth, and there's Courtney, and I think maybe Campbell River as well, that are all going to be partaking on Sunday. Everybody is going to be doing it at 11, except for Victoria is going to be noon, and Courtney is going to be 2. And if you go to the bridge at the Forbidden Plateau overpass in Courtney for 2, they're going to also follow up with a convoy to a potluck destination that you will find out about if you show up there. So, but anyways, I learned today, the reason why I really wanted to do this video with you is because I learned today that Keith Wilson did a video interview, and he was speaking about, so Keith Wilson is the lawyer for Freedom Corp. And anyways, he did a video, and one of the things that he said was people have been asking him, how can we honor the convoy and the truckers and the 1 year anniversary? And he had the same conclusion that we did, that the best thing to do is to go to the overpasses or the bridges or side of the road and wave your flags and come together as Canadians like we did when it was happening. But he said for Saturday at noon, which is great because I think the convoy is worth 2 days. So I'm going to show up at my overpass in Duncan for noon on Saturday, and I would love everybody and anybody to join me, and I hope that others will do it in their communities well.
So
And
noon
then,
on Saturday at the overpass at any of these locations. And this is Vancouver Island, but any of the locations all across Canada or anywhere else who are commemorating this noon. Yes? Okay.
and then specifically kind of to Vancouver Island and a couple other locations, we had also been promoting to do this on Sunday. So let's still do Sunday. I think
So
the
2 dates, guys. Everybody hearing this, Saturday and Sunday.
and so the Sunday time frames might be a little bit different depending on where you're going. Victoria is going to be noon at their specific location, and then Courtney's going to be 2 at their specific location, and the other areas will be 11 a.m. on Sunday. So I hope you guys can come out, and I'm going to bring a whole bunch of these flags.
Woo! So Savannah, let me ask you this. If somebody wants to reach out and find out details about time and location, is there someone or somewhere they can reach out to?
I actually made an email address specifically for this.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
I made an email for this specifically in case anybody needed to. So just convoylove@proton.me, and then I'll do my best to check that. It's only this weekend, so I probably won't check after, but I'll make sure they'll check before. Yeah.
Perfect. And so that's convoylove@proton.me. Convoy is CONVOY LOVE at Proton is PROTON.me, M-E. So, all right, everybody, if you want to know locations, times, you want to connect with Savannah about this, then by all means, please send her an email and you can directly find out the information, locations, times, and just all of the beautiful information in regards to this.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to add to that about the Walk the Flag? So that was 2 times, 2 dates. That's Saturday at noon, and then Sunday, which is the dates that we already planned on the island here. And so following through with both dates.
Yes. So that would be great. And I think that that's all about that specifically.
But we
also,
have something else.
So anybody in the area nearby the Cowichan Valley, I know Serena's already spoken about this, but in Duncan at the Duncan United Church on Ingram Street.
Your mic is cutting out again, love.
Far away. Jagmeet Singh and our MP for the Cowichan Malahat and area is Alistair McGregor, and they are hosting an open house tonight for well, their constituents, but hey, if you live out of town and you want to come protest the shit out of it, feel free. I do just want to say though that for me personally, what I'm hoping to come out of this is that, like Serena said, that there can be some sort of dialogue and not just a lot of anger and loud energy.
But to be able to channel that so that we're being effective, so that we're being efficient, so that we're implementing change. Take your frustration, take your anger, take your hurt, take your hopelessness, take your disappointment, take all of these things based on the legislation that they've been bringing in and channel that into a dialogue that is respectful and can implement change, and that we can actually be heard in a respectful way and represent this movement in a reputable way.
Exactly. And Alistair McGregor did do a town hall in November, and about 25 to 30 of us showed up, and about 4 of them were not a part of the Awake crew. And it was great because nobody freaked out. There was no yelling and screaming, but as soon as he was done his little presentation about dental care program, we immediately went into what we wanted to talk about, and it did not veer from that discussion again, but we were kind and were calm, and there was no yelling or screaming or name calling, and he had to listen to us. The only thing that I would change is have it so that when we asked a question, we allowed space for him to have to answer rather than jump into the next.
Because I wasn't able to attend that one, but I have heard about that meeting over and over in such beautiful ways and such respectful, like held in really high regard, how everybody demonstrated, how everybody showed up and represented the movement and themselves. It was so respectful and such great questions. But I love that you're saying that if you, instead of compiling the questions on top of each other, instead give them opportunity to speak. And what that does is it takes these amazing, great questions and it puts the onus on them and the accountability on them. Instead of us being like, yeah, we had great questions. Now it's like, All right, now the onus is on you of these questions. Let's hear what you have to say. And it puts it puts them in the hot seat.
Exactly. And so I went home feeling a little bit frustrated about that in retrospect, because I had filmed quite a bit of it and rewatching. I was like, oh, we didn't give him the space to actually have to answer. He was scapegoated. Like he never had to be accountable for the question. So I went home and wrote him like a 6-page letter, and I never heard back from him. So you know what I'm going to do? And I encourage all of you to do this too tonight. If you've ever written it's Alistair McGregor or Jagmeet, if you've ever written any of them and they have ignored your emails, print it off, put it in an envelope. My intention is to hand deliver Alistair tonight. My intention is to hand deliver this to Alistair tonight, and I hope that he gets many, many, many emails written off and handed to him, because it was that was something that was very, very apparent in his town hall, is how much he ignores us. So.
And that's something I've also heard repeatedly. My ex-husband as well, he had written him numerous times, and he's notorious for not responding to his constituents, which is very unfortunate as somebody who's meant to be an elected official that's meant to represent our voices, our needs, our interests, to not even be responding, never mind dialoguing with your constituents is extremely concerning, in my opinion, if this is our leadership, right?
And one of the things that he actually, I remember him saying in the town hall was how he actually takes great pride in how he responds to his constituents. So I guess he's very choosy about who he responds to. But I haven't heard anybody be reached back out to by him specifically.
I know one person, and that person instead was sent a list of links rather than responses to their questions and concerns. Instead, it was a list of unrelated links that were essentially just calling their constituents conspiracy theorists. So it was quite disrespectful and unprofessional, actually, and unrelated.
I hope we can all come together tonight and show him and Jagmeet how, not jobby and crazy and just unhinged we are, and how we just really want to have dialogue, and
we are their everyday constituents, right? We are their everyday constituents. We are respectable. We are contributing members of society. We are here, and we have real legitimate concerns, and we are not being heard, and we want to be a part of these dialogues, right? And in order to hear that, we need to represent ourselves in a respectable way. Thank you, Savannah. I want to say thank you for everything you do and everything you help contribute to and bring awareness to. You're absolutely amazing. And you are, I know here on the island, you are one of our gems that just keep this home fire burning. And you have inspired so many, and just the countless ways that you have inspired me and supported me. I'm going to say that I am in complete gratitude to you. So thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody. So like I said, Savannah has that email for us. You guys can go directly to that email for the Walk the Flag events coming up to commemorate the 1-year anniversary. But as well, we are going to this evening be meeting at the open house in Duncan at the United Church, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we are going to be live streaming it. I'll be on the Serena Freedom Bear and many other advocates live streaming from their platform. Savannah will have flags at the Walk the Bridge or Walk the Flag event, as well as tonight. And remember, be respectable. And remember, you're representing this movement and the world is watching. So thank you, everybody. And thank you, Savannah. Lots of love to you all.